All right, welcome YouTube to the new SEC Football Dynasty. This is the team reveal video where we'll go over the 12 new teams that'll be playing in the new SEC conference. Southeastern Conference. Anyway, this was the logo I was going to use for Florida A&T, but didn't work out that way. So Florida A&T will be known as the Sailfish. No S on the end. And as you can see, they got some pretty decent uniforms. When I punched in Florida A&T, this was like the best looking uniform. And I don't have any idea who made this team. But we're gonna use them, and like all of the teams that I didn't make up, we're gonna change all the names. And you see the head coach, Danny Langston. And as I'm putting down the stats, there goes the defense coordinator, Griffin. And the offensive coordinator, Hawkins. And all right, the next team, the Georgia Military College Bulldogs. I did not know that this was a real team. I already got it punched into the dynasty, so I can't change it. The only thing I can do is to make sure not to have any actual real players. So I went in and changed all the names. I like it because they really give me a SEC feel. And I was gonna do a military college from Georgia. I was gonna call it Georgia Military College. So I didn't know that was a real thing. I had a different name for them though. I was gonna call them the Charging Baronets. So you just saw the two head coaches. Now we got the Kentucky Christian Knights, which is a real team. Did not know that before this. So same rules apply, change names, and I know nobody on those rosters, not even gonna look at those rosters for the real players. Hey, this is what I had to do to fill out my squad, my conference. So like I said, I didn't know it was a real team. Greg Paxton is going to be the head coach. And I wanted a Kentucky team, so I just punched in Kentucky, and out of all the Kentucky teams, this was the one that says that I like. This is the only one I like. And so other than the Kentuckys and whatever. So, and then Shiloh Christian school, university, the Saints. Now, I didn't know they was a real school either, so like I said, I had to make sure that we do not look at their rosters and not change names and so on and so forth. When I saw the uniforms, man, it just screamed Notre Dame, Navy, that old football look. So I wanted that. And when I punched up Arkansas, I was just looking at for random names, and that what came up. That was one of the schools, and I saw the uniforms. It was a wrap. Stephen Pepper, the head coach. Looking at the coordinators, but yeah, I like those uniforms, man. All right, Central Tennessee Owl. I punched in South Tennessee, Southern Tennessee, couldn't get nothing. Then I said, okay, let's punch in Central Tennessee. Came up with the Owls, saw these uniforms, and I said, no way I'm gonna let that get away. No way. So yeah. And as you see, I had the entire team didn't have names, so I had to go in and make names and do all that other stuff. And to find out there really is a place, a city called Central Tennessee. But as far as I know, there's no school or university or anything. Whatever that our mascot is, I don't know where it came from. I just like what they did with these uniforms. All right, this was going to be Gulfport. I was going to call them the Dolphins. Didn't work out that way. So we have the Gulfport College Warhawks. But when I couldn't find no Dolphins, I went with the Warhawks. I punched in this Gulfport because I enjoyed the vacation we had in Gulfport. So I wanted to school there. And I saw these uniforms, thought they was cool. So I'm gonna give a shout out to Rugby Army 1494. That was the person that came up with this, and I want to give him a shout out and give a let them know, hey, I don't know who this person is, never seen a video, never seen this team on video. I'm trying to avoid other teams that I may have seen in a dynasty before. So just giving a shout out, give credit where credit is due. The other teams that are made up that I didn't do, there's one other team that I was able to find out who did it. The rest of them I have no clue. Okay, this team was going to be the Louisiana A&M Lions. So I wasn't able to do the Lions because nobody had Lions, but that's what the idea I wanted. But I headaches with team builder. So we got the Cottonmouths, and when I saw them, hey, I said, we don't have an orange team that's just orange in the conference, So okay, let's go with this orange team. And then they bring a little green. I hadn't seen none of these teams that I didn't make. I have not seen their alternative uniforms. I want to be surprised. Okay, this is the Black Bears, was going to be Mississippi Tech that I was going to do. So when I typed in Mississippi Tech, they give them, I saw different stuff. I saw this blue rating. I'm going to tell you what, that MT messed me up because I didn't know, I wasn't paying attention that was Middle Tennessee until after I put them in the dynasty. Oh, and a shout out for the person that did this team, F3 Razorback. This team, man, I just said, well, it's in there. They got the same logo. So I'm going to try to turn it into a rivalry between them and Middle Tennessee. Fighting over who's the real Blue Raiders, who had the logo and the idea and everything first, and neither one is willing to back down or change. So we're going to make it into a rivalry game. So I said, just having a little fun with it. Just having a little fun. That's what we're supposed to do. We're doing this thing. We're going to try to have a little fun with this dynasty. And then this is one of the teams that I created. One of my favorites that I done myself. The Key West State, the Mighty Manatees. Look at that fella. Just look at him. Yeah. Sorry about that. Getting back to business. Manatee. And I did the color scheme basically off that logo. I try to get as a different shade of brown as I could, and a little gray. Just something different. This is like totally different from a lot of the uniforms that I've done in team building. Because I only did like 19 teams and I only had 4 Southern teams that I done, and this is one of them. And this is one of my favorite looking locations, so on and so forth, that I really like. And another one of my favorites, Northeast Alabama, the Kingfish. I like this group. I put them in Scottsboro, Alabama, home of a lot of fishing lakes. And like I said, I used the logo. Oh, we got a little glitch in there. I forgot to cut that out. Sorry about that. But yeah, I like that shade of green, you know. And I use the tongue to get that little pinkish like look for the trimming. And I put the lettering and the fish like one on one side of the helmet, one on the other. You know, try to give it a more unique look to most of the teams that I did team builder with, having both logos on the helmet. And then here's another one that I ain't too crazy about. They pretty much got in by default. They're in Texas. They're Northeast Texas State. I mean, I like them. They just not. They're not at the top of my list. I was gonna throw them in somewhere else, but I said, well, I need 12 teams, so I took my 4 teams. And Texas, you know, we're used to having Texas in the SEC, so I'm gonna keep them in the SEC. They're the Rangers. They're in Tyler, Texas. I like that. I do. Well, I was just trying to base some off the Lone Ranger, you know, the little picture logo. That's what I was, you know, looking at. And I mean, it's all right. If you look at the jersey, the chest, you'll see a little star that's supposed to be like a badge, if you will. All right, and then you all know Alabama Tech, the Generals from their own dynasty. You know, I had to bring them in, based out of Huntsville, Alabama. One of my favorite uniform combinations. And hey, I had to bring them in. So here they're part of this thing, new SEC, and hey, I hope you like it. But we're gonna get rolling with this pretty soon. Start playing games. But this is the team reveal. Go to the comments. Let me know whose team you like, what's your favorite teams, and who you're rooting for. Until then, you have a good one, and we'll catch you in the next episode.